In this demonstration, we're going to look at restoring an Exchange server mailbox. So the first thing we need to do is we've logged in as Beth. Beth has a message sitting in her mailbox, and what we're going to do with this message is we're just going to delete this message. So the message is now gone. Now if we come to deleted items, one of the things you can see is we can actually recover this message, so it's not a massive hassle that Beth has deleted that message. However, what we're going to do with it is we are going to get rid of it completely. And we're going to do that by just purging it out. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll just delete it. So it has definitely gone. Then what we're going to do is just right click, and we're just going to come down to recovered deleted items. And to make doubly sure, we will definitely get rid of that message by purging that message, so it has definitely now gone. So the next thing to do is to actually restore our Exchange server. So all we're going to do at this point here is we'll just get rid of OWA. Then what we'll do is we'll just come to our Windows Server Backup utility, and in our Windows Server Backup utility we're now going to do recovery. So we'll come to our Recover tab, and in our Recover tab what we're going to do is we are going to restore the backup, and this is a backup stored in another location. Then we'll select our next button, and on our next button we're restoring from a remote shared folder, and select next. Then we'll just specify the folder for the backup that we did earlier, and select our next button. In the case of the backup date, yep, we're happy with the backup date, so we backed up the server earlier on, and select next. In our recovery type, we're going to go for applications and select next. We're going to ensure that we are restoring the Exchange server, so we're happy with this. Down at the bottom here it says do not perform a roll forward recovery of the application database. So what we're going to do is we are going to select that, and the reason why we're going to select do not perform is because the latest backup version of the application was chosen for recovery. Windows Server Backup will attempt to roll forward the application database by default. So select this checkbox if you do not want Windows Server Backup to perform this task. I definitely want the data back. I don't want to roll anything forward based off the fact that this is a non-authoritative restore. So we'll select next again. Then in the case of our recovery options, what we're going to do is we are going to recover to another location because we still have users using Microsoft Exchange Server, and we're going to browse this through. And we're just going to browse this through to our C drive, and what we have on our C drive is we have a folder called Restore, so we'll select OK. Now we've done that, we'll just select Next. Read through the confirmation, we're happy with everything on the confirmation, and we'll do recovery. Now the recovery is a lot faster than the backup was, so we'll do a recover. This should restore back fairly quickly. Nearly there. Then once the restore is complete, we can then close down the Windows Server Backup program. So as you can see, now complete, we'll select close. Now we've done that, what we now need to do is we now need to create a recovery database, and we need to do that through the Exchange Management Shell. And the first thing we need to do is we need to locate the GUID and also as well the file path and the log folder path as well for things like the database and the log files. And to do that, we're going to use the get-mailbox database -id. It's mailbox database 1, that's what we backed up, and that's also where Beth's mailbox lives. We're going to pipe that with the shift / on my UK keyboard. We'll format the list. We're looking for name, GUID, EDBF file path, and also as well the log folder path. That'll then return back some information. So we have the information in place. So what we're concerned about here is we're concerned about the GUID. So we need to make a note of that GUID. We've now taken a note of the GUID. And the next thing to do now is to actually create our recovery database, where we're going to restore the restore into and then recover the email from that recovery database. And the command to create the recovery database is new -mailbox database -recovery -name, and we're going to call it recovery DB. We're then going to specify the EDB file path to be C:\/ the restore folder. Within the restore folder we have the GUID, C_program files, Microsoft Exchange Server, version 15, mailbox database 1, and then the name of the EDB file. Then we're going to create the log folder path, and we're going to do the same with the GUID and the path through. And we're going to do that on server lon ex1. Then just pops up with a little warning to tell us that what we have to do is we do have to come in and we do have to restart the Microsoft Exchange Information Store service. So we'll do that. Doesn't take too long to restore the information service. So that's now back up and running. Next thing we have to do is just move into the folder where the restore lives, and then all we need to do is we just need to do our mailbox database cleanup. So we'll just change into the folder. Now we're in the folder, we'll just run our ESA util utility. And we're doing that by running ESA util space /r space e01 space /d. As we can see, the operation completed successfully, so the next thing to do is to actually mount that database. And we'll do that by doing a mount database space recovery db. We'll just collect some statistics about the database. And we're going to do that by doing a get mailbox statistics space database space recovery db. And we need to verify that Beth is actually here and Beth is here, so that's brilliant. So now we've done that, the next thing to do is to actually recover the mailbox from the recovery database. So we're just going to clear the screen off just to make it a little bit easier to read. And then what we'll do is we'll create a new mailbox restore request. And we're going to do that with a new mailbox restore request. Source database will be recovery db. Then source store mailbox will be Beth Burke. Target mailbox will be beth@datum.com. Next thing to do is to just check the progress, and we'll do that by using our get mailbox restore request. We can see some progress. Now this may take a few minutes just to restore, so what we'll do is we'll just pause the presentation at this point here and we'll return back. We'll try the command again and we'll just wait until the restore is complete. So what we'll do, we'll just clear the screen off and then we'll just keep issuing that command. So if we issue it again, completed. So at this point here, we've now restored back the email. So final thing to do really is just check back with OWA. What we should see is Beth's email's back. And that's the end of this demonstration of recovering an email by using the recovery database with an Exchange Server 2019. Thank you.